This is Ouch My Wallet, hosted by Robert Simmons, a production of the TFYLP Network. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ouch My Wallet, part of the TFYLP Network. Ouch My Wallet's a show where we just talk about what we've bought lately, our latest Transformer goodies that we've picked up. I'm your host, as usual, Rob, and with me today is Lucas and Peter. Okay. So, Peter, you haven't been on the show in a little bit. Why don't you, oh wait, I guess you can. Well, either way, I've already. Yeah, it was 2 times ago, I think. It's just we had a big gap in there for a few weeks, but either way, I already started it. So why don't you lead us off, anyways? No. Yeah, it's usually pretty robot centric, but we definitely. Yeah, but I mean, well, we go off topic sometimes too. That's fine. So since that one's is that sealed? So assuming you have another one that's loose. Yeah. Is that Neo or second? Second. I could. Yeah, for those who don't know what that is, that's actually originally a G2 mold, right? He's in green, and he has some missiles or whatever, and it's one of those. At the time it came out, I mean, even though we kind of had it with like the jump starters, back in '84 or whatever, but the gimmick is much more advanced than the jump starter was, and so that was kind of a big deal in a way, to do something cool like that, even though by today's standards they're just kind of clunky bricks.
But it's fun. That auto rolling mechanical gimmick is neat. And for the Gen 2 version, they had a 3D pop-up transforming character card, and you could just fold it up and fold it down. It was really lame. I liked it. Whatever. Yeah.
Just to make you aware, people might not have been able to hear you until about middle through that sentence. It may have been the Rob show before then.
Oh no!
So, Peter's been talking about Beast Wars Second Auto Stinger, which is a repaint of the G2 Auto something. I can't remember if the Auto Roller or Roadblock or
Auto Roller. Yeah, he's Dirtbag, and he's one of the Auto Rollers.
Yeah, I know. I'm good. I'm good at internets tonight. Shit happens. You know what? I blame everyone else. It's their fault for not telling me that I was screwing up. And I'll blame my daughter. She's over here to the side. It was her fault.
It's all her fault.
She should have known that. Should have unmuted somebody else in OBS.
What did I do?
You know what you did. So cool. And then I know there's like a red one. Is that the pair that goes with that one, the other mold, or did they come in multiple colors besides the 2 releases? Each pair.
Okay, so there was Roadblock and Dirtbag that were Gen 2. That's the dump truck and the front loader. And then for Beast Wars Second, and there were 2 other molds that were supposed to come out in Gen 2 that didn't come out in Gen 2. And they were used in Beast Wars Second. That's Auto Jetter and Auto Crusher. So you've got Auto Stinger, Auto Crusher, Auto Jetter, Auto Brain Fart. And and so all 4 molds were used in Beast Wars Second in single colors. One was yellow, one was green, one was red, one was blue, or blue and gray. And then, yeah, there were also Sergeant Hound and General Optimus Prime that were supposed to be redecos of those back in Generation 2 that weren't released. That there's a BotCon set that homages those decos that never got used. And there are prototypes of those or samples of those out on card. Those clamshells that are floating around that some people have. I don't have that stuff. That's way too awesome for me. But someday, maybe. The end. I can't hear you, Rob. No one can hear you, Rob.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was coughing. I've had this cough for 2 months. It is not going away. I probably should go back to the doctor. But, I don't want to cough in everyone's ear, so I do my best to mute. But that's the one that Pete at his first Pete's RoboCon opened up the Combat. I think it was Combat Hero Megatron. Was what it was.
Okay.
Or it was one of the. Sorry, it might not be Combat Hero, but it was one of the Megatron repaints that never got released. That he had a production sample. How there's 20 or 30 of them floating out there.
Yeah. There's I think it's like 24 right around there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, cool. So Lucas.
Oh, well, I actually don't have a whole lot. I guess I could have printed off my pre-order list from Target of
Does not count.
buy one, get one half off.
With mispriced Voyagers at that.
Yeah. No, that was quite nice.
Let's all show our screenshots of our Target and Hasbro Pulse pre-orders.
Right.
Mispriced leaders. The what was it?
Oh, that's
High
right,
Tower or the pants. The Devastator pants were $29.99. Overload. Thank you. That's a fun name for some pants.
So
can't wait for that brown redeco.
I can't remember if did I show this off before previously?
No, you haven't been on the show in a while.
No.
Okay, I couldn't remember not. So this is Mr. Rung, and this is a custom. So Sean from the show Modified Ninja, he was nice enough to make a custom for me. So we've kind of been talking back and forth for a while of him doing a custom for me. And so I said, hey, I'd really love a Rung because we're getting a tiny, Rung in Siege, but I would love to actually have a normal size Rung. Yeah. So we got the what I did was I got 2 sets of the kits, one for him, one for me, and then
the kits, he made something you can get off Shapeways.
So the only thing from Shapeways is the face. So everything else is actually from the whatever that mold was, the Moonracer mold. And I think this one's actually from a Moonracer.
Got it.
So I got a couple Moonracers, and so he took off this doesn't transform anymore because I asked him to take off all the parts. But I mean it's Rung, so he doesn't Rung doesn't really turn into anything. So
not true, but I won't get into spoiler territory.
Yeah, it's only 2 years old.
100 years or 100 issues or whatever.
All right. So anyway,
looks great. The head's by Ariel Lemon. Is that correct?
I believe so. Yeah. So the one thing that I really hate, I hate Shapeways, and so it's actually it was a head that I got, or 2 heads. Well, whenever he tried to do it, of course, he broke the ball joint off and whatever. And so he was like, "Oh crap! What do I do?" And I'm like, "Why don't you just take the face, cut the face off, and sand the head?" And so that's what he did. So it's actually
give me your face,
Moonracer's head, and then he kind of sandwiched on the head or whatever from the shape.
Looks seamless. You can't tell. It looks really good.
No, yeah, you can't tell, but it is. It's fantastic. Sean did just an amazing job on this, and so I thank him very much for this. So now I have a Rung for my Lost Light shelf.
A proper Rung. I'm jealous.
What I'm hoping is that since you now went through the trouble of getting someone to make a custom, that MMC will finally announce a Rung.
Right.
That's what it takes. I mean, they're just now doing Chrome Dome and Rewind, which is, and they even at the show said, "Oh no, we're not going to do Rewind," and then later at the show, "Oh yeah, okay, we're going to do Rewind," or we're already doing or whatever. Like I don't know why they felt the need to lie for 3 hours about it instead of just
to check that hype. They were checking
for
the hype level.
3 extra hours.
Well, yeah. See, I don't understand why they would lie and like, no, we're not doing that. It's like, why not just say, you know, who knows, maybe in the future? Because, like, I mean, they could say that to any figure.
It was an explicit no. It's like,
yeah, that
who
was.
says no? I mean, unless they're like, we're done with the reformatted line. We're just, or whatever the line that comes out. And I think that's reformatted.
Reformatted, yeah.
Right.
Unless they're just like, okay, we're done with this. We're just not doing any more IDW stuff, guys. We're wrapping up. But yeah, I think Rung is definitely top of my list of what I hope they do next. I mean, there's other great characters in the Roberts stuff, but I don't know if any of them are important as Rung. Or as,
yeah.
That they haven't already announced or done, that is.
Rung would definitely be a nice one. I think Nautica would be another one. I think those are two of the top. I mean, I'd love an Ultra Magnus as well, but
I'm using the is it the Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus that has like I got him on the IDW shelf.
I don't know. I just like there's enough of the MMC characters that I wish they would finish it off with like the main guys so I could just be like, here, it's all there.
I mean, I definitely would upgrade. If ID or if MMC did it, no doubt. And I'm using I can't even remember what line that was released in technically, but the Nautica toy that came out that doesn't look anything like Nautica in the comic.
Titan's Return, yeah.
But it's also the only Nautica toy.
Mm-hmm.
Like that Chromium mold's not good. But there's no other ones of Moonracer and Elita One and the whole crew. What do you know?
It's too bad that Nautica. So SXS. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
They were supposed to be doing a Nautica, but I don't know what happened to them. Like
they did that Gears that wasn't good.
They did
that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was like 4 years ago. Then they did the Rodimus, and it was supposed to be spinning off of the Rodimus line. They were going to do a override.
Overdrive.
Overdrive. I don't know
the female from
Cybertron. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. What was her name? In Galaxy Force?
It was Override or Overdrive.
Nitro Convoy. Okay. Yeah, same character. Anyway, I'm just they're supposed to do her. They're supposed to do a Nautica. These were all announced in like the little comic that came with the Rodimus, and they showed designs, and it was like 2 years ago, and then.
I suspect the Rodimus didn't sell well. Like I thought it actually looked better than MMC's Rodimus from an aesthetics point of view, but everything else on there is IDW though. Like the SXX one, he was more like live. He was more slender and kind of. He looked more animated.
It was not a good, or it is not a good figure. Like so, Anna has it, and it's just not like the plastic isn't good on it.
Really?
Like, I mean, it hasn't broken on her or anything like that. But if you've ever held that Gears, I mean, it's kind of similar plastic to that. Awful. Yeah. Yeah. The plastic is similar to that. And so like, it looks really great. And if you never plan on transforming it, like, it's a fantastic option. But, I think that if you like to flip it back and forth, like the MMC Rodimus is so much better.
Yeah. That's ultimately why I stayed with MMCs. Just like I knew the aesthetics I thought the aesthetics, I still do that on the SX one are better. But it's just the MMC one's a quality toy, and it's fun, and it looks. It's not like it doesn't look the part. It's just so it's like all the rest of them are. I bet it just sold so poorly they just canned it.
Well, plus it came out. It came out after the MMC one too, and like I feel like in general that like with any of these toys, you just don't want to be the second guy out.
I think unless you're in the masterpiece game, there's only like 3 or 4 companies left doing that in the 3P world. I think they don't mind doing it last just because I feel that it's whittled down so much that the people left still doing it have their fans. Like
I don't know, man. Like the Minosaur, like the DX9 Minosaur, right? And I'm sure that there's people that are buying it, right? But like, yeah, or
Well, Paul's
is
buying,
it
or
Unique
Peter's
Toys?
buying them
Whatever it
all,
is.
so
I
But
am buying
but
all.
but like, I feel like in general, like between the fans toys and X Transbots and all that, that's like, I feel like that DX9 one that's
I think
I don't know.
it's the weakest, but DX9 has, and I feel pretty like I don't have qualms saying this. It's probably the best engineering in third party. Their toys are super fun. You know, like I
Yeah.
only have a few of them. Like I love Gabriel. No one's done an Omega Supreme like that.
Oh,
It's
Gabriel's great.
it's a lot of
And,
fun. It's
and Gabriel came out second.
yeah, and it's fun. It's a great toy. Um, Carrie is amazing. I have the Shattered Glass
Okay.
version. Um, if they had made the aesthetics on that look like the G1 cartoon, people would be chucking their MP. Was it 29?
Well,
Wherever Rodimus Prime was, you know, without just gone.
Zero nine.
that carry actually sold really well.
Yeah, it's really
It
Even the
fun.
reissues. So
they did, yeah, they did multiple runs of that. The Gabriel, on the other hand, like that did not sell very well at all. And if you notice, like Big Bad or whatever has had that thing. Like you can literally get a Gabriel almost as cheap as the
Half
Hasbro.
of. Oh, really?
I think it's only like 180 or something like that on Big Bad.
Yeah. Well,
that's what I paid
And
for it.
yeah,
if
so
anybody who
it's
hasn't picked that up, go get it. It
dude,
is
it's
so great.
Do it. He's wonderful.
like I love the Hasbro one. Like I like it's the best Hasbro Titan and all that. But like Gabriel,
Yeah.
like just it's a completely different level.
Yeah.
Like it has this like amazing shelf presence, and like I think I like it better. I don't know if you guys have the Fans Toys one.
I've
Like-
handled it, but I haven't.
Yeah.
I kind of like Gabriel, but I mean I don't know. It's like it's hard
Fans
to.
Toys doesn't do anything interesting on the engineering, and he's got some minor issues. Like they're not deal breakers if you like the figure, but you know he's kind of skinny and he kind of leans forward a bit. You know, he doesn't feel super like sturdy in some ways. Like he doesn't feel poorly built. He's just kind of feels unbalanced or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I think if DX9's aesthetics were up to par, like that with their engineering, they would crush everyone. I think they would be so fun. Like X Transbots, the past few years have been really fun toys, and their quality is mostly up there. You know, some people have a few minor issues here and there. I think Overheat Shoulder is the only really kind of widespread one, and so far mine's been okay, knock on wood. But you know, and then of course Fans Toys has its own loyal base. You know, just for the materials they use, really. You know, and their aesthetic. So.
Have we confirmed is DX9 New Age? Like it seems like they pretty much are.
I don't know. I think we know a couple people that would know that we could ask. You know,
I'm
but,
pretty sure that it's been said by those people that you're referring to that they are one and the same. So like they're actually knocking it out of the park with Legends. I think that they've definitely kind of overtaken that. So it's like they haven't really released a lot of Masterpiece stuff anymore just because they're doing so much stuff with Legends.
Yeah. And I think it's one of those too that, like, I know this is how Keith runs KFC and X Transbots, which, you know, of course, KFC's kind of dead right now. Is that, yeah, he's the guy that owns it, but lots of times they use the different names because they're ran at different factories and they're different designers a lot of the times. And so it's like, it may be owned by the same person, but if you got a different designer and a different factory on it, it might as well be a different company anyways. You know, nothing is the same other than the main guy who owns it or whatever, you know, approving designs and making final mods, putting his own flavor on it. But I don't think any of them take the designer's work whole. I think they always kind of tweak it a bit. My guess. Yeah, so I'm going to go on to mine and...
Oh, real quick, Ron in the chat was asking which third-party Minosaur do we recommend. Have you messed with like all of them, Peter?
I have not yet messed with. I haven't opened the Fans Toys stuff, but messing with the X Transbots and the DX9 stuff, I've got the Gen 2 X Transbot sets and the DX9 standard. Well, I guess only. Between the two, I would say the X Transbots is more fun.
I personally would have to go with X Transbots. I had most of them. I'm not completing the set. I ended up selling it, but like It's really high quality stuff, and they're actually pretty inexpensive. Like at least the arms are. So I think that for value alone, that there's a lot of die cast in it, and it looks really good. Like we saw the final model at TFCon. So I personally would go with X Transpots if it was me.
I know there are different ways to display them too. Like the reason I'm buying all the different sets is because I want one set to keep in combined form and fiddle with, and one set to keep in individuals. So I have the DX9 set up as my individuals for the 1986, post movie character shelf. My X Transbots ones I got the Gen 2 sets, so those are going to be with my Gen 2 Masterpiece people, and the Fans Toys ones I haven't decided what I'm doing with that. That's probably going to be my combined set, Gen 1 combined set. That's going to be somewhere else. Yeah.
Rob, you're muted.
Son of a bitch. There's a couple of YouTubers that have done some good comparison videos out there. I do think both probably Fans Toys DX9 X Runs are all good sets.
Yeah.
And so I think scale is also going to be scale and paint. If you really like paint, I don't think the DX9 one is painted that much. I could be wrong compared to Fans Toys and X Runs, which are completely painted. And then if you like your Stunticons in bot mode to be more like the Autobot cars height, go with X Transbots.
Yeah.
If you want them taller, look at Fans Toys or DX9.
Yep.
And so those are just kind of some consideration, especially like if you want to buy multiple sets like Peter's suggesting, you can kind of set them different places depending on which scale you want which parts.
Like the DX9 limbs, they scale really nicely with the MMC Combaticons in robot mode, like Vortex and those guys. They look nice together.
So, get into I'm going to start off with the biggest thing that I picked up recently here. Dun 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 dun.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, you won't be when I tell you what I paid for it. Dun-dun-dun. He's got his card back as well.
Oh, you got the card back.
It's not in great shape. It's like got a huge wrinkle down the middle, but whatever.
There it is. Yeah,
it's a bonus. This is Action Master Turbo Master, finally, which is the final of the 4 Elite Action Masters, which I've been talking about them on the show for. This will be the third time because I already had Omega Supreme when I started. And
Omega Supreme.
Sorry. They have gotten progressively more expensive as I've went along. So I've had this guy on my search list, Turbo Master here, for a while, and the problem with him is he has too many damn parts. Each of these sword blades is a part. Each of these helicopter fin things are a part, and then he has 2 leg wings, which are parts. And so like finding him complete is really tough. So like I got my eBay searches, and like one morning I get up and I'm like, and it emails me the new stuff. I was like, oh, there's one. I click it and it had already been bought. I was like, son of a bitch. And because it was the last one of the set, and this was also kind of around the time all the Toy Fair pre-orders were going up, and I think I was just in a spending mood. It showed up again, and I bought it. I got kind of screwed on the conversion because it was from somewhere in Europe. Maybe it was France. I'm not sure. Got kind of, we're losing on the exchange rate right there right now, and then shipping was like another $30-$40. And I think the total was around $160.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's fine.
To get him complete these days, it's like if you buy it by parts, you're going to spend more than that. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not a great price. It's not the worst price. Like I was really hoping I could have got it for more around 100 or 125 or free, of course. Who doesn't want that? But realistically, I mean, I haven't seen him show up, especially with his parts, other than in sealed packages in years, except for the eBay auctions that I missed because I was asleep, literally asleep, and they sold out.
That's usually the first thing I do every morning. I wake up, pour the coffee, and then I start looking at the eBay alerts. What do we got? Nope, not paying that, not paying that, not paying that. Why is that in my list still? I already bought that. What the hell? Delete, Yeah,
Ron, it's my Grail search for a while. Completing the 4 of these has been really fun, and I really picked it up in earnest pretty shortly after I started hosting this show because I found Double Punch at a good price on eBay. And it's funny, I've had these in my eBay searches for years, and I kind of finally got more active to, I guess, looking into it and trying to find them complete. And then I got Windmill actually at a good price, especially when the guy's like, "Oh, hey, shipping ended up being less," and he gave me a refund on partial shipping too. He ended up being like
Nice.
$40 or something, $50, something really good for him. This is probably the worst transformation. Oh, and in case you can't tell, that's Bruticus.
Clearly.
Yeah, like this is other than all the add-on parts, or whatever. This is a Bruticus that they is what they meant it to be, and kind of like with um, Double Punch, who is obviously Scorponok,
Black Zarak, man.
or Black Zarek. Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
he's got
that
the different
that
head.
helmet.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so you twist the head around, and then you fold up his knees, and I think there's one more step, but I think that's almost it. I'm trying to remember. It's oh wait, yeah, you push up, you put his arms up, and you put the little helicopter blades up here
Oh wow.
in the ends of his fists. Yeah.
He's doing a crunch.
Yeah, and I dropped the other helicopter blade. I'll get it later. And, you put the wing on there, and there you go. That's it. And you press this to if the mechanism on none of these work except Omega Supremes. Um, I really want to take it apart and look at it
Don't
and
do
say,
it.
but
Don't do it.
like I looked at like some of these screws are already like half stripped. I'm like, oh man, this would never go back together. I'm not going to do it. But like you're supposed to push that and it's supposed to spin the fist. It actually spins the other fist with it when I spin it. So like they're still connected. Part of whatever the mechanism is in there. But yeah, that's his transformation. Like Windmills, I actually thought was kind of neat. Like you turn the legs in the middle and it's asymmetrical, and it's still,
He's like on his side, right?
yeah, it's still goofy and terrible. Like don't get me wrong here, but this is when Omega Supremes is just him like hunched over, but this is the worst. He's just doing a crunch and turns his head around. um, but no, so my Action Master Elites are now complete.
Awesome.
There you go. Congratulations.
Thank you. That's a huge, extreme waste of money. There are people starving, and I have bought the.
Let's say you've managed to get a fair amount of grails here because between this and your Rock Lords, like you've been knocking
it,
out.
Yeah. Honestly, I think part of it's the show.
I can see that.
And it's not even so much that I got to host my big important YouTube show.
But you want to have fun stuff to show off, right?
It's that I'm regularly talking about toys in my collection with people, and it's fun to have stuff to talk about. And this is stuff that, especially the Rock Lords and the Action Masters, nobody else is buying these. Anna picks up a couple of Rock Lords here and there, but you don't talk about them if you pick them up, or you already have them all, Peter.
Yeah, I have a lot of them.
Yeah. And Anna can't usually make the show. It's just with her class. But yeah, and especially, I don't know if the rest of us are actively hunting these, but no, it's just been fun. It's kind of re-energized me too. Like these have been on my list forever. I've had eBay searches for them forever. But it's just kind of like, hey, I should wrap that up along with the fact that I mentioned before that, I'm in the end game of my G1 collection, like heavy end game, to where these things before I was like, no, never, ever. And now I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do that. The only thing I'm missing now are, there were the 4 Action Master Elites, and then there were 4 other releases in Europe only that were Sideswipe, Trax, Bombshell, and who?
Needler. Or Needler's the helper. There's Charger, Takeoff. There's 6. It's a whole extra wave.
Is it 6? I thought
Yeah.
it was 4. Like I'm missing Trax and Bombshell, and like I feel like some like, well, I guess or was it Takeout or
Takeoff?
Takeoff? Isn't he one of the harder ones to find? Like I'm
Yeah.
looking at the shelf over there. Yeah, but like I have Sideswipe, but he doesn't have any weapons. But I got it for $3, so it was worth it. And then Trax and Bombshell are the last 2 I need. Oh wait, no, I picked up a Bombshell. That's right. Yeah, I got a Bombshell. That's right. His gun was broken, and I repaired it good enough for now. Yeah, so I think I'm just missing a Trax. I think that's it.
There's Charger, Takeoff, and one other one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 6 total for that last wave.
So I might be missing one other one. I'm not sure. I know I'm missing Trax. Yeah, I'm getting close, but aside from the fact that this is a really dorky toy, it's really nice condition. It feels new. Like the Decepticon sticker is really nice on there. It's a little creased because it's on top of molded plastic, but it's not like it's not played with wear.
Right.
I mean, it's just really nice and clean.
A lot of Action Masters had just like slapped on labels anyway, just wherever they were kind of crooked. It was that really nasty endgame. Well, endgame. I just picked up what you were saying. That nasty end of the line foil that they weren't. Yeah, it was. Oof.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's definitely the big ouch my wallet this week. So, yay. All right.
It's awesome.
Back to Peter.
Oh, well, mine's not as cool as Turbo Master.
For what it's worth, only you think it's cool. Me and you. No one else.
Well, I mean, other people I'm sure think it's cool. It's a Bruticus that hunches over. Yeah.
I'm waiting for the Bruticus repaints from all the third-party companies. Where's it at? Where's our Turbo Master repaints? It's going to be the hot seller.
Oof. You know what? I've been looking at. There's that smaller. It's about 10-inch. I think it's It's not New Age. It's one of the other. It's a Legends scale Omega Supreme, and I want to buy it and paint it like Supreme. Rip the wings off. It's only like 10 inches tall. I don't know.
The Mech Fans Toys one.
Yeah. The Super Dragon or whatever it is.
Yeah. God, what the hell is it called? I can't remember now.
But yeah, I think that one would be fun to paint up as a Supreme and just slap them in the case next to Omega Supreme, like the Titan's Return or the Titan class. So my next ouch my wallet's another sealed one. This one's not from Beast Wars Second. This one's from Beast Wars Neo, and we were just talking about pink, and it's in a nice pink box. It's Drancron. Do we all know Drancron?
Never heard of it.
It's Drancron. He's one of the Blentrons from Beast Wars Neo.
I think I know the toy or whatever the US release of the toy was.
Sky Shadow from Beast Wars, one of the Fusors, one of the first wave of Fusors. I got glare. It's hard to.
Is that he's got the wings going up the middle of the chest?
It's it's like the dragon. Yeah, it's like a dragonfly fused with a lizard. I don't know if you can see.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, so we've got Rarda, Elaforfa, and Drancron. I already have Rarda, and now I have Drancron. I just need Elaforfa.
So that's a different color scheme than we got in the US.
Yeah, completely different color scheme. The Aqua Sting or Injector or whatever his name is, he was pretty much the same deco, but Torka and Sky Shadow were completely different deco. It's really neat.
I assume you also already have one of those loose?
I don't.
Oh.
I don't have any of the Blentrons loose. They were ones that were like prohibitively expensive when I was 18 when they came out or whatever. I was like, I'll get to that later. And then they went up to like $300, and I was like, whoa, okay, everyone
calm down,
relax. Yeah.
These toys suck. Why are y'all buying them? Stop buying them.
I think they're really cute, but they're not that cute. So anyway, so I picked it up. I'm happy.
Nice. Are you gonna open it? Or are you gonna?
I think I'm gonna keep it sealed, unless if I can find a set open, that would be great. Like if I can get all three of them open, that way I can have them, posed in different ways. But these guys hung out with, I don't know, spoiler alert for Beast Wars Neo. They were minions of Unicron. Yeah. So yeah,
it's terrible anime that I'm never gonna watch.
I have it. I can get you a copy.
I had them, I don't know, over a decade ago, and it's like watch 5 minutes. I'm just like, nah, that ain't me.
Is it on VHS, Peter?
I have some of the home video releases. It's not what I'm watching. We talked about this. You got to bring your hard drive next time you come to a show.
Oh,
usually have it.
Not just like a thumb drive. I could just bring a thumb drive.
Yeah, bring a thumb drive. Yeah.
Is it Neo or Second that got the fan subs and like there's a YouTube playlist and the video's high quality at least?
Both have.
It was fan subs, not fan dub. Fan sub.
There were fan dubs back in the day, and Frank did one of the voices on the fan dubs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Cool.
And for those listening, Frank Tadaro is the current voice of one of the universes of Starscream in official Hasbro Productions. So he was in the Prime Wars trilogy, and now he's going to be in the War for Cybertron trilogy as Starscream. So he got his start way back in the late 90s in Beast Wars fan dub stuff. But yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Karyudo fan subs. It's they're an online fan subbing outfit. They took the DVD releases from a couple of years ago of Beast Wars Second and Beast Wars Neo, and did really nice professional quality fan subs for both, and they're great.
That's awesome.
So, what do you got, Lucas?
Nothing exciting. So I mean, I've obviously been stalking Target, so so show off my Wheeljack here, Earthrise Wheeljack. So
good old world jerk.
He's nice. He's fun.
It looks like he, we've talked about this before, but definitely taking cues from the Masterpiece version.
Yeah,
Masterpiece is old at this point. That one is.
Yeah, a lot of the Earthrise figures really remind me of the Masterpiece. Just kind of like the way that the figure is, like the feet remind me a little bit of him. The arms kind of do too. But yeah, no, he definitely
has vibes of it to me.
He definitely looks the part, and so he is a very nice Wheeljack, and I would recommend him. So.
Have you gotten the whole line so far?
Yeah, no, I have the whole line. I guess that's pretty much all I have to show off is.
Well, what do you think is the highlight for you from this wave 1 of Earthrise? Most people seem to say overall it's been a pretty good line.
I would say probably the Optimus Prime, just because, I think the transformation is really neat. I think he really looks the part. I really dug the Siege one a lot, but this other one, I mean, I feel like it's, yeah. Other than the trailer's not great, but
this the figure itself, like the Optimus Prime for your classics. Yeah. That scale, he's damn near perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. The other thing I got, I guess I'll talk about this one next. I got Mr. Masterpiece Leo Convoy in. I got him in robot mode here. And I know Lucas has been waiting the chance to bash a Masterpiece figure.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Hey, dude,
basically a classics figure.
I don't bash the Beast Wars Masterpiece. You didn't see me talking up or talking bad about Black Arachnia and all that. So,
no. So, I transformed this in like 10 minutes. It is without instructions, and then after that, I did have to look at the instructions for one part, the lion head, and my complaints with this figure are really just the character design. Just the old one had the same thing too, where it's awkward having this big, huge mane and head on one shoulder, and then his butt on the other shoulder. It's just kind of awkward to mess with it. But the part I had to check in the instructions for is when you swing this around, there's some armatures in here, and you have to shove one of the armatures inside the lion mode's head, and the mouth bites it down, and then it all fits together right. So I had to look up that because it wasn't obvious to me, but that one minor thing aside, the rest of it went smooth. It was fine. And as I was talking about in the TFYLP Discord channel, which we have now, if you haven't heard about that, check us out on our Facebook group. We got some links there, or you can ask there and we'll send it to you. I'll try to drop it here in YouTube chat, but I don't think I have the link handy with me. But the one issue mine has is on his little cat face. He has an extra huge black spot right on his face, and I don't know if that's coming through or not, but over there, the black. It looks like a tiny black spot.
Okay.
It seems like I'm being nitpicky on it, but in part you're like, oh wow, yeah, that's really distracting. And unfortunately, because I got it from Amazon Japan and they're already sold out of the pre-order price on it, I'm just gonna live with it.
Can you just touch it up with since it's white paint, or would it not work?
It's not white paint. It's a very subtle off-white. It's almost kind of like a really it's got a hint of very light gray in the white or something.
Well, that's why you take it to Home Depot or whatever, and with your toy match up paint swatches or whatever.
I just need one dab, and
right.
I actually think that that part of the head is actually molded in that color plastic, and then I think they painted over it again. I think this is actually extra black paint from the nose that has dripped down on it or whatever. But I might try getting some what's a good way to get off paint in a nail polish or something, clear nail polish.
91% isopropyl.
Isn't that hard to get?
No, you can get it at Walgreens or CVS or whatever. It's
okay,
$1.
Okay, Okay. Yeah, I might like take that and try that on the inside of the head where you won't see it and see what that does, and then something like that. But I mean, for the most part, he'll spend most of his time in robot mode anyways. But yeah, transformation's easy once he's here. Um, yeah, I mean, again, I don't like the arm, the cat legs hanging off the arm, but again, that's just the character design. Um, and I have a few like minor red paint chimps as well. It's kind of the cost of doing business when you paint a figure fully. But like, it's not like if you're picking up like, oh man, there's just paint chips all over it or anything. No, but I've noticed several little stray marks kind of here and there in minor places. But I mean, he feels nice. That's an extra gun that I had. He stores his extra weapons in his butt, which just fell off. Who doesn't store their guns there? Um, but he's ratcheted really nice. He's really dynamic. He has great poses. Ratchets in the hips, both inward, outward, and forward. Got ratcheted ab crunch. Look around, whatever. Arms go everywhere. You just got to kind of move the head and butt armatures out of the way. But you can get some really cool poses with his big old lion feet in there. Whatever have you. I don't know. It's a really slick figure. I think it's cool that they're dipping into some of the Beast Wars Neo and second stuff, and I know there's very, very much less market for that in the U.S. than there is in Japan, and I think it kind of shows that at least for the Masterpiece line, Takara does still kind of run the show on what they do, and then Hasbro will we'll sell it through the Selects brand here as well, just for as part of Unity, I guess. And his left chesticle opens up, and isn't that like supposed to be some sort of matrix or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna be able to show it on camera. My webcam's too crappy. Like on the inside, there is some. It's painted in there as well, and there's a little tiny Predacon symbol, or sorry, Maximal symbol, on there as well. It's actually molded. Yeah, it's molded in there and then painted a darker gray on top of it. Just kind of cool
Nice.
little extra detail that did not have to have that at all. But I haven't transformed it back to robot mode yet, or sorry, to cat mode yet. But I don't get it was a really easy transformation. I felt it's kind of neat because it's probably because the legs do the typical beast former leg thing. You just kind of spin some stuff around and fold the heel in or whatever. There's not a lot to it. The chest does totally like explode out and then like collapses down and you rearrange it. But yeah, I don't know. He's cool. I just think he looks great. And the Optimus, Leo Convoy's head, which obviously just kind of a stylized Prime head, is really, really nice and painted really well as well. So I don't know. I feel like if you Lucas, if you were wanting a Leo Convoy figure, and I think he makes a great one-off purchase.
I was gonna say I already have a Leo Convoy figure, Rob.
Oh, awesome!
So,
you got the original. Oh wait, no,
no, this isn't the original.
Nope, nope.
This is
It's the Legends. Yeah.
This is the Legends one that was the repaint of what is it, Alpha Trion?
Alpha Trion broadside, kind of.
Yeah.
So
like
yeah. So there you go. It actually looks really nice. I actually like this, but it does not look as nice as that. So.
Yeah. So this makes a good one-off purchase. I think, because I don't think they're going to go deep on Beast Wars Neo or second. Like, I would love that. Is it second Galvatron, the one, the big wiener robot?
Yeah.
That figure would be great, and I would love the Tanuki. What's his name? With the clock.
Heinrad.
Heinrad. I would love. That figure's so great as is, though. I don't know if they need to redo it, but I just don't see them going deep into that line. So some people are like, oh, I don't want to collect a Masterpiece anymore. I feel like if you want a one-off purchase, of a cool-looking figure that turns into a really derpy-looking cat, which I find adorable.
Yeah.
But not everybody.
Danny comes.
Well, and I think the Leo Convoy just looks better than the Optimus Primal. Like, if you're not going to collect it, like if you don't care, with the lore or whatever, that like if I was just gonna randomly pick one figure versus the other, I think the Leo Convoy looks a little nicer.
Oh, he definitely does. It just strikes. It has a cool robot anime presence to it.
Yep. So, what's the deal with the heads? Like, so does it have one head that shows in
Yes.
in bot mode and the other one in
Yeah, so you see
like
here, you
animal
can see
mode
his
or
mane
whatever.
here. Pretty much what happens
Uh-huh.
is all of the mane explodes out, and there's his other cat face behind it.
Okay.
And so, like, this armature comes up and spins around and stuff, and this, that head hides when it's in cat mode. And
Hmm.
all this is for a gimmick as well. Just, man, like, you're getting into the really anime parts of Transformers. It has the main spin attack. It's like
Oh, what actually
spinning
does it?
around. Yeah. I mean, it's not
Nice.
like a button you press or anything. You
Right.
spin it around very carefully. It's just, it's so silly.
As
And
Rob's like chipping paint.
Probably. The paint on the main and stuff actually is like, as soon as I say this, I want to put it down and know some like big, huge scratch or something. But that's actually been really nice and durable and looks really great. Um, the piece where I've noticed is just some on the. I mean, this is red plastic with more red paint on it, so like when it chips, it's not like, oh my god, like look at this big issue. And then some of the white has, I actually think it's just some scratches from other parts. But yeah,
Yeah, I
the
kind of
main's really
wish.
nice.
So I kind of wanted that, and I was debating about. I never ordered it, and so the prices went up. So I'm hoping that somehow maybe the price, like, because sometimes after they're released for a while, it goes back down to like
Hmm.
what the pre-order price was. So I'll probably wait around for that and see if that's the case. So
Yeah, I mean he's really pretty. He's a cool Optimus. Even though I know it's not Optimus. I mean, it's Optimus. Give me a
yeah,
break.
right, right.
Back to Peter.
back to me. Um, yeah, I got something. Okay. Yeah, I've got more to reveal later, but I don't have to do it on this episode. I'm sorry. I bought them. There's piles. There are piles. Yeah. Anyway, so
Is it going to be a good Infinity Closet then? Is what I'm hearing for
oh,
March.
dude,
Is it going to be like an
these
hour
are
long?
these are in my current episode that I'm editing actually right now, and then the next batch it's going to be its own episode, like an addendum, end of March episode. So this
What's that?
is Generation One Road King.
Oh wow, nice.
Generation One Road King is basically just a Japanese reissue of Slapdash from 1988. He's a Power Master in the U.S. In Japan, they were called God Masters, and he is, in a box. He's open, but stickers are unused. All the paperwork's there. He's very, very pretty. And yeah, so this is the last of the single God Masters that I needed to, boxed to complete my sets. I need still a couple of the gift sets, but that's about it. So he transforms into a little Formula One car, and there's a little engine dude that transforms. And
And it's exactly the same as the G1
yeah,
race, right? Like
for
there's
for
no
this one, yeah,
like I know Joyride / Ranger are different.
completely different colors for Joyride and Ranger, and Lightfoot has a couple of minor paint things going on, but Slapdash and Road King are there's no difference. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's cool. So like, have you been? You're talking about you got your piles of stuff here and your piles of stuff there, and I think you've forgotten that we're about to have a TFCon. And so if you do this second part video after TFCon, you're gonna need a third part out. So you might have
Yeah.
to get that out that second part before TFCon.
I'm things are yeah things are moving, and I normally do the TFCon stuff over in the dining area. Like this is what I got at the convention. I got this and this and this and this, whatever. Usually while eating ramen.
Yeah. Are you explicitly like I've been going after GoBots and I've been going after finishing off my Action Masters? Are you explicitly hunting anything, or are you just kind of all over the map with whatever's oh, it popped up, I have it in the budget, bought.
I last year my objective was to finish a couple of different lines, and I didn't make it. So this year started off with a bang, and I started just crushing those lines, and you'll see. I mean, this is kind of a taste.
Got it.
Yeah.
A lot of Japanese stuff, box Japanese goodies. Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah.
So, Lucas, did you have anything else that you wanted to talk
I
about?
just
Just more Earthrise?
Yeah, so more Earthrise.
What's your second favorite thing from
On
Earthrise?
the lower end of the scale over here, the thing that is not rare or expensive.
I think Earthrise is still kind of rare. Just
Earthrise is still
yeah,
kind
I guess that's true. So I got Mr. Grapple over here. So he is a nice grapple. So yeah. I don't know.
He looks great.
He reminds me a lot of the MMC, or I'm sorry, not MMC, Make Toys actually. The Make Toys Wrestle.
So yeah.
Like the transformation is somewhat similar. Like it's very simplified compared to that, but yeah, no. But I mean, this looks just fantastic for a mainline toy. I mean, there's paint where it should be. It has all the accessories it's supposed to have. Has fantastic articulation. The only problem with it is that when you transform him into his truck mode, there's the pegs from this top part right here that goes into the feet. When you plug them in, they're like a little bit too big, and so if you're not very careful, like they will snap off in the hole. So like we've seen a lot of people doing that. So I haven't had that issue, but I've been incredibly careful when transforming. I have not. I know a lot of people have talked about shaving it down. I haven't shaved mine down yet. I probably will at some point, but yeah.
Yeah. The problem with the engineering on those is the pegs are hollow to a certain point, and then they're solid at the very end. So when you stick the peg in the hole, the solid part gets stuck, and then it breaks off at the hollow beginning of the peg. So
that is such a cheap move.
It's so stupid. But if you shave off a certain point, we've found there's like a flat side of the peg on one side. So if you shave it where it's flat, and that's also where it's hollow, you kind of you limit the amount of like friction that's stuck there. So you have less of a chance of breaking it. But then you've shaved off your figure, and there's all that gray area of modding and whatever.
Well, I'm curious too, like if you put some like shock oil on it, like that silicone oil, like that Nero was talking about in the chat, if that would be enough. I haven't done anything like that yet, but yeah, that might be something else to help reduce the friction on it. So,
but like you said, just being really careful. It seems to it's worked for you, so. I imagine a lot of people initially were just like, I can just transform this. Oh,
well, the other thing too is like when I put it together, like it's not like I'm putting the peg all the way in, whatever. It's like I kind of am being careful not to do that. But I know Ryan, I think he mentioned he's already went through 2 grapples himself. So,
oh wow, that's I don't collect the line for the like I pick up a few choice bits here and there, but I found that really disappointing because that saved fractions of a penny to not just make that a solid peg and then it wouldn't break off. And, it's not like Hasbro doesn't know how to do pegs. I kind of, to me, the main line should always be the, fun to mess with without fear of breaking it. At least if you're just doing it normally, and this was like you're doing it normally and you can shear it off pretty easily.
If you're a 10-year-old kid, you should be able to handle this toy just fine, is what the idea should be.
Yeah.
10-year-old kid is given this toy, they don't break it in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. So that's disappointing, but it's also I don't know, I'm not as into it as the rest of y'all. Like, did Siege really have anything like that, comes to mind that was like really prone to breakage?
There was a lot of floppiness in Siege, but not a lot of breakage as far as I know.
Yeah.
I think Ryan was the only one that was breaking stuff, so...
it's funny, Nero was saying, put some shock oil on it and stuff. It's like usually if I take anything to my toys, it's floor polish because they're fun.
Right. It's the opposite.
Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see if they're going to have a revision. Like, so if Grapple will be in a later wave as a repack, and then if they end up like kind of fixing that. I mean, who knows whether or not it will or not. But yeah, that's one thing to watch out for people.
Cool. We're very informative tonight. So I have a lot of things. I'm gathering them up.
Are they bot bots? They're bot bots. All of the bot.
Not exactly. All right. I got these. It's
What?
20 Micromasters. Oh, he fell. um, so I'll start off with quickly here. I got these four duders at Target. Um, I got, I don't know what they call him, Daddy O, and I can't remember what his other dude's
Uh-huh.
name is.
Trip
And
Up?
what's that?
The Trip Up?
Probably, I don't know.
And he's Daddy O now instead of Big Daddy. He used to be Big Daddy, now he's Daddy O. Yeah.
I mean, I went out to Target. It was the last day of the sale, and I was like, I'm gonna see if I can find Big Daddy, And he was there, but since it was the buy one get one 50% off. I went ahead and got the Wave Mates for the Micromasters. I can't remember this guy's name, either his new name or his original name.
Growl.
Growl. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like Growl. I mean, I like the transformation on it. As far as Micromasters go, he is way back heavy. He will not stand on his feet. I think it's really the angle of the feet. You're not gonna be able to see it on the webcam, but they round up at the back. If they didn't round up at the back, they probably made it so it's easier to fold it in or something. But sometimes I can get him to stand straight up, but normally I have to have him like he's, I'm inspecting that on the ground. It's a Decepticon track. It's not great. And other than those four, the rest we have Ironworks now, and we know Airwave's coming out. They don't come with the damn Micromaster. And I was
Who are the ones who bear the names originally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, well, now I got to buy that stupid fucking Target 10-pack. And I found an eBay auction that had 16 Micromasters, and I won it for like $56, I think. It was under $4 a Micromaster. With shipping and, tax and all that. So that's a pretty good price since these are, $5 plus tax each new. So there's a lot of repaints in here or whatever. I haven't messed with most of these molds before. They came with the plain guys, so now I have 3 sets of the plain guys. These are really nice, at least in my opinion. These are cool. It's nice they kind of go together like the Armada sword used to do, kind of, sort of. But I don't know. I find these really fun. They do a few things a little different. These are cool molds. Juxtaposed. So what?
I wish Stormcloud had hands. He's got little nubbins. That's my only regret on that set.
Yeah. If they had like articulated arms, like that would help out a lot too.
They do have articulated arms. They're the only set that has articulated arms.
Yeah, but not all
not all of them.
Yeah.
He doesn't have hands, but he has
some
elbows.
of them. The arms are like,
The vast majority of them, that's how their arms are. Yeah, we're gonna whop you with a stick. We have the same articulation as we did 30 years ago.
Right.
So I think those are the highlights. Like those are the most fun. This was the other guy.
Yeah, it's Bomb Stock. Yeah, you had the blue one up, Flak or whatever.
Yeah, my bad.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, this one I think is nice though as well. He's fun. I like him. But the weakest mold from this Target pack is definitely these two guys. The Taupe mold and the actual Ironworks mold, which is the whole reason I bought the damn thing. These are both not good. For starting off with the Taupe mold, what truck looks like this? Like the last half of the truck is missing, and it has the world's tiniest tires spread out as far as humanly possible to still be attached to the car. It's just straight up bad.
I hope they redo Tote, because that's the was it high jump or high jump mudslinger, mudslinger, but it's painted like Tote. Yeah. So I hope they redo the van mold better than that, because
the only thing I like about this is that the hood kind of pops off and then it sinks back a little. Like I think that's a good move for small toys like this, and I like that it has a waist twist in the transformation, which that's most of the Micromasters don't do that, but the vehicle mode on it's trash. And the arms
are awful.
The hand stops here, and then the tire is attached. The arm keeps going to have room for this terrible tiny tire. It's just
that's one thing that I really hope with the next wave that they just stop. I don't know. I mean, like I'm glad that we have Micromasters. I'm glad it's a thing, but man, like I always felt like their legends are always pretty good, like in
Yeah.
some of the better figures like of mainline, and I just wish that they would like go back to that instead of giving us the Micromasters. So I don't know. I mean, they can make small figures. Like I mean, I don't like the Bobots. Like I like a lot of those, but I don't know. Something about these Micromasters just doesn't do it for
I
me.
mean, I think when they're good, they're good. You know, like I think the flak mold is fun. You know, I already forgotten his name again. The green tank guy,
Shock.
Bomb Shock. I think that one's good. I think the planes are excellent. All said and done.
Well,
Um, but this
I kind of like
Ironworks,
this one. I think this one's my favorite. These
I
two
haven't gotten
guys,
that one yet.
better one. Yeah, like I think
Yeah,
that's
those are a lot of fun.
yeah, they're
I
fun.
think I think I think they're better. They've gotten better. The first wave or whatever was kind of, ugh. And the adding of they're all guns and swords now too. It's like, no, stop. And I'm glad they've cut
Right.
that crap out. It's helped a lot.
Yeah. And so to finish my bitching, the Ironworks mold is just garbage. I mean, the truck mode's fine. I think it looks fine. But it's like, oh, what do you do with this? You fold it back and you rotate it if you can get the clearance. But it's still just this huge. It has a hinge for no goddamn reason. It does nothing. Like I don't get it.
And the arms are the crap at the top of the arms are too big to really get around. You have to like,
You can't do anything.
yeah.
You can't do anything. It feels like the arms should slide out a little to give you room to do stuff, but it doesn't. They're hinged right there on it, and
Yeah.
it's terrible.
That could be
Well,
one of
it's a
those
ball
things that
joint,
was like,
but
yeah, but it seems like one of those things that could have been removed. You know, like sometimes you see like ghost joints where it's like, well, okay, that was supposed to bend at some point in the design.
yeah,
I don't know that they put that much thought into it, but yeah, that mold sucks.
yeah. So now I have two of each of those terrible molds for whatever reason, and then the rest of them all thought were fine. You know,
See,
it's
but okay, you have two of each of the molds, right?
yeah,
And in Japan, only the Racetrack Patrol were Decepticons, right? So all the rest of the Micromasters were all Cybertrons. So you can put all of your doubles with your big powered gift set, and then you can have like the Zone Micromasters versus the US Micromasters who are split into Autobot and Decepticon. And then you've got like two sets, and you can like sing the Zone theme song, and which is incidentally the same thing as the Microcasters theme song, and it's gonna be awesome, and then everyone's happy.
I don't have the big powered gift set because
How?
didn't it was
Why? How could you not?
because it's expensive chug era stuff, and again, I don't buy much of that, and I have the original. I mean, I'm sure Peter does too, but yes, two of them. Of course he does. Yeah. Another problem with what you said here is like, so Tote has no allegiance that you can tell, but this red one has a big Autobot sticker on it. The orange guy, this one doesn't. He's not homaging anything explicitly, is he? Or is he?
He is. That's what's his name? Hang on. Mudslinger, Tote, High Jump, and
Oh, he's from like was it
he's from
Off-Road or
Off-Road Patrol. Yeah.
yeah? I'm looking.
Yeah, what is
Oh, yeah.
he from the Off-Road Patrol? I can't
Oh wait,
remember.
but he's barely.
He's from
The Off-Road Patrol is blue. It's a blue monster truck with an orange underbody.
Mudslinger. That's Mudslinger or High Jump. Okay.
There's an orange like race car thing.
No, that's not. No, don't look at the poster. Don't look at the
I'm
poster.
looking at my toys. Oh, there he is. I see him now. I see him. Yeah.
Yeah, the Off-Road Patrol was Tote, who's the red van, Mudslinger, who's the gray Jeep, High Jump, who's the blue like monster truck looking thing, and
the red van, and then this
Brain
guy.
Fart. Brain Fart.
Yeah, brain fart here. But yeah, he also has no Autobot symbol on him, or no faction, and the other one, which is Ironworks, does have the Autobot. So you can't make them your Decepticons.
Well, I mean, those ones are Autobots clearly, but like the ones that are like I've got a whole bunch of guys from that 10 pack that don't have insignias, or I just up new insignias over with my Zone guys over there, hanging out with the Atlas and whatever.
Like I know a couple of these aren't homages. I think the red guy's not anybody. He's new, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't know if any of the rest are because like I thought the white police car wasn't, but apparently that's from
He's road
the
police
6
or whatever.
combiner.
Yeah, it's from
It's
Six
like,
Turbo.
I have those, but I couldn't tell you what any of them are. Yeah. So that's Oh, that was my last purchase, which wasn't too much of an ouch, but it's been fun messing with them. Oh, the last bitch, but a lot of them do this is quit putting the holes in the chest, man. Why are you putting this big ugly screw hole in the middle of the chest? Like, and like some of it's like, oh, so we can peg in with something, and like, not on the chest, man. Or just
I think
remove
those
the
are.
gimmick.
I think those are 4mm holes in the chest, so they don't even work with the 5mm pegs that you see on most of the figures.
Oh my god!
Because I'm doing a custom out of something, and yeah.
So I will say,
fit.
Ron mentioned in the chat about the Micromasters have been a hit with his 4-year-old. And, I do think that that's something that's good about them is like I got the Omega Supreme and I set up his base mode in, upstairs with my kids and like got all the Micromasters and was like, here, go to town. And so they had a lot of fun playing with the Micromasters on the base. So that's what they're for. And they're a lot of fun doing that.
I think the play pattern's solid, but it's like you can have bad toys and them still be fun in the play pattern. I think that's what we have going on here.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm glad that it's continuing into Earthrise.
Yeah. I'm interested to pick up that first Ramp Master guy just because, I don't know, it's dorky and stupid and it's not like it's expensive, but I haven't seen it out in the wild. But I also never go to the store, so.
They're out around here. I know Christian Walker, he picked his up. I picked mine up. I haven't opened mine yet. It's in the closet. I don't know. He likes it. It looks like interesting thing, right?
Yeah, it's a gimmick. It goes with the modular base thing, which I'm down for bases. So,
Okay.
Even if I'm not buying much of it, I'm still happy that it exists.
I'm more excited for Hot House and Airwave and Ironworks and Grease Pit than I am for the Ramp Masters. But if the Ramp Masters are what I need to connect everything and hook them all up to Omega Supreme and have all the fun with it, then game on.
Yeah. Cool. Well, show's a little over an hour at this point. I know I'm out. I know Lucas, Mr.
One more.
You want to talk about one more here? Did we got some? If we want to do another quick round, like I don't have anything else, but we can do another quick round here. Otherwise, I think Peter's looking for something. You want to go over anything real quick? Because I think apparently Lucas wants to talk about Starscream, so talk about Starscream.
Let him talk about Starscream.
The Starscream. This was kind of the one that I was like, I wasn't even sure if I was going to pick it up. But the paint on it is really nice. The paint on the chest looks really good. And he has a lot of articulation. His head's really nice. And so I actually like it. I like it better than the Siege.
What it really needs, though, is like take your thumb and put it in some silver paint and then just randomly streak that silver paint on it. It would really make it nice. It would be so
Make
good.
all those mold lines pop. Oh, my.
Yeah. So anyway. That's my last Earthrise, so there you go.
Are you going to buy all the repaints? Because we're probably going to get at least 5 repaints and remolds of it. Like we've already seen the cone heads on the Skylinks box.
Rob, I'm in it to win it, man.
Yeah.
My man.
Get on.
Yeah.
My man. Out of sight. All right, Rick and Morty reference there. So wait, Peter, do you have one last goodie you wanted to...
Goodie is subjective, unfortunately. This is not anything that I'm proud of.
Oh my god, if this is Bumblebee movie garbage, 12-inch doll, non-articulating, hollow...
It's not quite that bad.
I'm going to ban you from the show
I did mop
5
those up.
days.
I did mop those up. I bought, thanks Target for your sale. I bought this crap.
Ooh.
Yeah, I bought the reissue 2-pack of the Hollow Nasty Cyberverse Warrior class guys.
Why would you do that?
Because I hate myself. And
remember,
this
is content for adults. Children should not be watching this right now. Should not be seeing this depravity happen.
Nastiness.
Okay, so
like at least that one I can understand.
I did not end up getting that set with the Quintesson stuff, but like I would consider for the buy one get one half off. Like it's kind of fun, I guess.
We haven't gotten a proper Quintesson ever. We had Quintesson in one of the Unicron trilogy ones, but
Alpha Q.
Yeah, it was interesting or whatever, but I can at least get that or understand that. Not that I'd buy it. I just wish every time you push it down, it was like, "Don't buy me. I'm actually garbage." To the
Yeah,
slag pit or whatever those
this
words
is
are.
really, really bad. I'm excited that we are getting the Earthrise one, the Voyager class proper
That
yeah.
fighter.
thing, I think that was
That
the
thing looks
first thing to
fantastic.
sell out.
Hmm.
Like,
That thing's great. This set is not great.
No.
But like my kid isn't into Cyberverse at all. He's like, "What is this? No, I'm good." Um, but other,
boy knows what's going
but
on.
boy's 11 though. He's going on 12. He's kind of past this. So yeah, I
What does that
think
say
only
about you?
that was going to be my next comment. Is he's past it. I'm the only one around in the house that's not, and that's my problem. Yeah.
I will help you. Send me pictures of things, and I'll tell you, don't buy it. If it has Cyberverse on it, don't buy it.
We did actually do that with Anna because like when she go to Target and she's like, should I buy that set? The one that you just held up, the Quintessence, and Christian and I are like, no, do not. So, and she's not in it to win it. So,
Yeah, I
Throw it
think
into the fire! Throw it into the fire! Master Hobbins.
no, Mr. Frodo.
Yeah.
Um, I I think I'm almost completely caught up on Cyberverse packaging variants and everything. I I just picked up Hammerbite in the Cybertron mode Starscream. I'm missing the second wave of Deluxe class.
All right. I've been thinking of setting up a
How
soundboard that I can use
my wallet.
when I'm on the show, and I definitely need that Michael Jordan clip. Stop it. Get help. And I'm just gonna like hit that over and over.
That's about 60% of my like presentations. Like, look at this. Aw. Look at this. Aw.
We shouldn't have done this extra round, man. You were doing so good. You had cool stuff. It was interesting. Like good toys, quality
do
toys.
you get like negative points for that?
We lost all our viewers. We're negative viewers now.
Oh no.
People have wiped their memories. It's
uh,
oh man. Well, if you like us and enjoy what we do here at tftalk.net, make sure to hit us up on Patreon. We have tiers low as $1. It just helps us pay for our server costs to host the podcast, especially, and to host the website. And that none of us get money or anything like that. All goes into that and into the show. Yeah, make sure to hit that up. Cut the Tape will be aired on Friday. Don't look at Peter's screen right now. It is not safe for adults or children or anyone. And then, Mondays, of course, is our bread and butter show, the main TFYLP show. Tuesdays is Microcasters Live on Facebook. Make sure, and then, of course, Ouch My Wallet here. Most Wednesdays, depends if I have stuff, if other people have stuff, and, cast availability. But, we're probably going to be about twice a month. It'll probably average out through the year, something like that. So I don't know if I'll have a show next week, and then week after that will be for TFCon, so I don't know if there'll be a show then either. After TFCon, there should definitely be a show.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, make sure to check out the new Discord channel. Again, hit us up on the Facebook group if you don't have it, or drop a comment on the. I'll drop a comment on the YouTube video.
I'll try to share it out on Twitter as well. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah. So it's out there, and if you don't know what Discord is, it's a popular chat app, especially like in gaming communities, but it's other communities as well. It's a chat app. It's on your phone. You can get notifications on your phone. It's on your desktop as well. It's everywhere, and it's a wonderful app. It has voice chat as well if you want to hop in and talk to people. My God, Peter, our poor viewers. I'm not going to talk about what it is. Podcast people got spared, but I think that's it for us tonight. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the next show.
Bye everybody. Thank you.